Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roy SURJONO. I'm an electrical engineer, actually. I specialize in electromagnetic, robotic, and aerospace. 20 years ago, I joined Lifewave. Chuck Michael, my sponsor, called me more than 100 times because at that time I was very, very busy. Well, I cannot say what I did, but it's all classified. But I was very busy. But one day, my Hummer stuck in the dealership. So I remember he always called me in the morning. So I call him, "Hey Chuck, I think today we can meet." And he always said, "I'll buy you lunch." Okay, now you can buy my lunch today. And he did. He come and picked me up at the West Covina Hummer dealership. And then he took me to Northwoods on Azusa and had my lunch with Chuck over there. He patched me with energy enhancer and glutathione, I think. And he didn't even place it correctly. It's supposed to be in stomach 36. I think it was like stomach 38 and stomach 40. But the patches, I was patched maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock. I play badminton around 7, but that patch works amazingly because I can only play 2 games before. And on at night when I come back, I'll be in pain. And many Monday night, I sleep in my garage. But that night, I used the patch. I was playing 8 games. I won all 8 games, including this. The last 2 games was single against a Taiwanese guy who's about half my age. My son said, "Dad, you're so possessed today. What happened to you?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe these patches are." And the next morning, I called Chuck Michael. I said, "Chuck, what are these stickers? How come make me so powerful?" And since then, I have so many questions. Chuck brought me to meet David Schmidt. And I interviewed David in many different ways, and history just started. And I'm start building Lifewave and help my mom get rid of her 12 medications and start building. But actually, the first year I didn't do much. I think the second year and a half, I start building Lifewave, and the rest was literally history. For you guys to be successful is when you see how amazing the products are, we get excited. But usually you only get excited for 1 day, 2 day, maybe a week, and then you forgot about it. For you to be successful making my kind of money, you have to be continuously excited and continuously share the program with everyone. There we go. So step one is you gotta find your Dragon Warrior, and I categorize it as NC Dart Warrior. And this is how you're gonna find it. What is NC Dart? Somebody that have a network, somebody have credibility, a burning desire, a great attitude, because attitude is a little thing that make a big difference. You got to have a great resources. I mean, you don't have to be millionaire to join this, as long as you can afford $500 with the auto ship. I have tried to help people that are less fortunate. I do not know how many of your friends are a little bit less fortunate, do not have money, do not have vision for their life. And then I paid a $500. I paid the auto ship for 6 months. I promised him 6 months. And then maybe I help about 100 people and only one that make it happen, and he make it only to manager. I think 2 years later he quit. I noticed like when they don't have it in their brain, how could people make 25,000 a week and more? If they cannot visualize that, it's hard for them to be successful, I think. Because I tried over 100 people that I pay uh for the enrollment. Okay. So we gotta have little resources, and then we have to be smart how to handle it and make sure that they are teachable. Some of my friends, bro, I know that. I joined that marketing before. Whatever you told me, I already know it behind my back. But they're not successful because they do not apply what they know. For you to be successful, you gotta apply what you know. Okay. So who is your first 100 people that you want to recruit? Uh, my belief, I see all my SPD. I think I have 43 people. Your SPD got to recruit at least 50 people. I saw people about 50, but some of them are like me. I got to recruit over 1,000 people before I made it to ESPD because I do not know anybody from the previous network except Luca because he was my sponsor for 18 times. So look at your CPA, your lawyer, your neighbor. You know, my CPA, he saw my income coming every year and he decided, Roy, you make so much money in this network marketing company. What do you do? I said, share it to everybody. So I do not even do a presentation and he joined. He joined as a premier. I took him out to dinner with his wife and built a business after that. It's quite amazing. My neighbor, during the COVID strike, I ran over my neighborhood. You know, we live in the top of the hill. We ran. I recruit everybody. I think I recruit about maybe 7 or 8 people, all the neighborhood. Some people think I'm crazy, which is fine. Family member is the hardest because they know how you grew up. It took a while before they join. Because they got to see your track record and your success. My gardeners is in. My church friend, I was prophesied by bishop to join this business. So I have 3 or 4 people that joined from my church. The rest are so negative. I even challenged my pastor, Pastor, do you think these people really believe in Jesus? What do you mean, Roy? Because I perform a many miracle in front of their eyes. People who had a stroke, somebody had a stroke in my church. And I helped him before the ambulance come. My pastor called the ambulance because he had a stroke. Before the ambulance came, I ran to my car, get my patches. I patched him about 16 patch. He would start walking up and walk around. When the ambulance came, he even asked, so who is this ambulance for? And I told him, Brother Billy, that's for you. And he was laughing. No, I'm fine. So they saw it, what I did, but still they do not believe, right? So old friends, nobody believed me. Only 3 people believe me, and 1 people are very serious. 1 person become very serious. My technician, I recruit him during midnight after my office hour. Christmas card list, of course. So everybody in here, take a picture and start. You have to be doing your due diligence. Who you're going to recruit? I thought I did my due diligence. I always have so many people in my pipeline. Pipeline means people that you follow up. If you have nobody in the people that you follow up, that means you're not going to get paid next week. You've got to have a lot of people there. All right. So let me share with you Switzerland. I won the Switzerland trip. I think there's only 28 people that goes that qualified with the family, and then we made it there. The team picked me up with Lifewave sign, and we arrived, and Meredith picked us up at the hotel. Really great. So, going back to the teaching, don't be a guppy fish anymore. We gotta look for a big fish. You gotta recruit. You gotta be smart enough to talk what to share and all that kind of stuff, because they're big fish. So you gotta be really talk about big stuff, right? If I have to, I can share the check. So you gotta find a shark, a whale, or even the megalodon, right? If you find those kind of people, that would be great for your network. So this is the kind of conversation that would help you to close down many of your friends, such as talk about the family, how's your work, so what kind of recreation did you go on a vacation last year? Where did you go? Where did you stay? Many of my friends, when I said, Roy, cannot afford it, man. When COVID hit, we were short, negative. Even my wife have to work. You realize that after COVID, everything goes up, the price, you cannot even afford a family. Then you want to talk about the money part. Well, John, if you could sit down with your wife and then I can come to your house and explain to you that you can take your family next year on a 5-star hotel and flying first class, going to your place of destination. Talk about money now. If you want to listen and follow what I said, I can show you how to do that. Usually, most normal people said, are you serious, Roy? Yes, I want to listen to you. Okay, great. Then we start the plan. Next week, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. uh, at your house. So if you just started, I know it's hard. Don't get discouraged. Keep on going because the beginning is always a little bit hard, but when it's it rolling, it's going to be much, much easier because you start finding, maybe you do not find your dragon warrior yet. Maybe you start finding your monkey warrior. Maybe it's a dog warrior. Maybe your tiger warrior. But until you find your dragon warrior, you know, the kind of leader that you want to build the business with, that's going to be easy for you. So we were picked up by the bus. Then we landed in the hotel. We stayed at the Fairmont Hotel. Lifewave always take care their people, their leaders. They put it in a five-star hotel. And then from Fairmont, we went to the Victoria Jungfrau, $2,000 a night. Think about it. Crazy, right? I think this is Switzerland tradition. That's why I bought a candy, Switzerland candy, a Ricola. I bought a Ricola and I'm eating it right now. I've been talking too much. Just came back from San Diego. I think my throat is a little bit disturbed. We stay at this great, great hotel, five-star hotel, and they give us food like it's hard to be dieting on your vacation. All right. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up is the key for you to be successful. Because if you don't follow up, like I said, you gotta have people in your pipeline. I have a few new leaders that I brought in. You know, I recruited 1,074, by the way, 1,074 people that I brought into the system. So I personally recruited you. You will be consider yourself you're lucky because you will have one leg that is going to keep on popping because people I'm going to keep filling that leg and then I'm going to put leaders when the leaders are there I'm helping another leg and helping another leg and if you're in my team and if I personally sponsor you usually you have one monster leg and many people are here who I personally sponsor can say that, right? So follow up is the key. Be personal, be relevant, entice them, and close the deal. I notice many of my downline cannot close the deal. I do not know, understand why. You have to understand a little bit of NLP. You have to ask the question that the answer you direct them to sign up. Like for instance, hey John, after you hearing all these amazing nanotechnology and also stem cell, isn't it great for you to get started? Right? You're always short in money every single week. Now it's the time to take action, John. If you want to have something that you never had before, you got to do something that you've never done before, John. You know, that's true, right? Because it is true, right? So you have to be able to say things that they will agree with what you say. So be a rhino when it comes to follow up because the fortunes are in the follow up, you know? And you got to remember your 4P. You got to be patient. You got to be persistent. Oh my God, persistence the key. I follow up Roderick for 4.5 years. I follow up Brother Alosio for 10 years. I follow up my Zumba teacher for 8 years. And when you tell your story, you got to have the passion. You cannot tell a story that is so flat. People are not interested to join you. You got to have that enthusiasm and the passion when you share the story. And that is when people, oh my God, Roy's been doing life for 20 years and he's so successful. You know, he lived in a nice mansion, he bought a nice car. He must have done something right. So you got to be focused, focused, focused. You cannot keep jumping. Today I asked my neighbor to buy new skin. Next month I asked them to buy Amway. The following month I asked them to buy Herbalife. I mean, my neighbor's gonna get confused. Roy, which one are you selling? Are you Walmart now? Guys, focus, focus, focus. All right. Because that's the key for you to be successful. Focus, focus, focus. Believe in yourself. Persistent and perseverant is the key for you to be successful. Be creative in all things. Brother Roy, I call all my relatives. I call all my friends. They all say no. What should I do? Don't worry. You join what we call the NFL club. No friends left. Don't worry. Everybody, you know, I just came back from Switzerland. In that trip, I talked to a gentleman. I fly first class. So people in the first class have money. I talked to the stewardess. I talked to the pilot, and I share an eye patch. On that trip, I got 17 people that I'm following up, and I signed up 2 out of the 17. Not too bad, right? And they're in Switzerland, and then I went to Ireland. I signed up 1 in Ireland. Okay, so anywhere you go is your prospect. I always wear my patch. You can see that, right? And because you wear your patch, people will ask so many, many, many times, Roy, are you just being uh paint your blood or draw your blood because they see all this kind of sticker? Well, I'm glad you asked, John. Actually, this is glutathione. I had never been vaccinated. If you notice in the last 5 years since the vaccination happened, how many of your friends or relatives dropped dead because of heart attack? Because those vaccinations create blood clot. Oh, is that so, Roy? I noticed that because a lot of my friends, a lot of my relatives just dropping dead without reasons. Well, you want to sit down and talk to me about that, right? And by the way, I use my stem cell X39 on my body, on my large intestine too. So you have to be able to create. I think they call it the elevator speech. So you got to have a speech for 10 seconds that you can close people and get their number. The most important, get the number. To give out your business card, to give out a flyer is easy. To get the phone number, oh my God, how many people said no to me? And then, oh, Roy, I don't think I know you. I do not want to give my number. Let me give you my email. I said, you know what? Keep your email. Next. Because email they don't read, right? So, and you have to be all out massive action. Always get their phone number. You have to upgrade upgrade your boldness, and you have to be brave. Anywhere I go, you can drop me in Alaska. I will recruit people, right? And before, I almost do not pass my 5th grade because I was embarrassed to sing. I was so shy. When I told everybody I was so shy, they laugh at me because they don't believe me because I was so shy. My father had to get up from the car and sing together with me, and we have to sing 2 songs, one Indonesian, one English. I went to Regina Pacis High School in Indonesia. So my dad accompanied me, hold my hand, and we sang together. And my teacher said, "Roy, you have beautiful voice. Are you?" And then she put me on this like glee club, and I've been singing every week after that, right? So it was fun. You want to take picture of this because numbers do not lie. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople never make a second contact and stop. Don't be lazy. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contact and stop. They are a little bit diligent, but not too diligent. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. I make 100 contacts before they tell me, Roy, lose my number, never call me anymore. And I call them one more time. And then, and then I delete their number. And look at this. 2% of sales are made on the first contact, so very little. 3% of sales are made on the second contact, still little. 5% sales made of the third contact, still little. A little bit bigger, 10% of sales made on the fourth contact. 80% of sales made on the, I don't know, 5 to 100. I follow up to 100 times because if I notice that she or he is so good, I will follow up till the end. So remember, the fortune is in the follow up. We were in Switzerland. Lifewave gave us a beautiful Victorinox, what do you call this? Knife and all the other gadget. Then we had lunch again, and then we go on a train, and we went on top of the mountain, about 10,000 feet, I think, 3,000 meter. This is at the Swiss Jungfrau Mountain. We went to 2 mountains. One is the 3,000 glacier, and this in the Swiss Jungfrau Mountain. I think Swiss should be in your bucket list because Swiss is beautiful. But make sure you have a lot of money because everything is expensive. I took Brother Rick to have dinner, just the 3 of us with Brother Chris. I think it's like about $200. The 3 of us is 220 bucks. So it's about $75 per person. and a simple Chinese food. And the Chinese food is not even good. I said, okay, this guy is the mechanic that I recruit in the office. Meet at night, and I brought him to the office and sponsor him. This guy is a master martial arts. I believe he lived in Surabaya. I forgot his name. It's been a while. And he climbed the in with bike. He became number one in climbing the back after we put a Superman protocol on his body. He could not believe it. And after he reached the top, so how come I'm not tired? I can go another round. I said, so that's the difference when you put a Superman protocol on your body. See, the mechanic, sign him up. So 5 reasons you didn't get your prospect to sign up. Number one, you failed to follow up with them. So follow up is the key. Follow up is the fortune. You accepted their first no. You assumed they wouldn't be interested. Never assume negative. Be positive, ladies and gentlemen. I have so many negative friends. I drive me crazy when I talk to them. They always have, with every solution that I give them, they come back to me with another problem. I said, anyway, let's be positive, guys. Never overinflate an opportunity or product. You made it about you instead of them. Always remember, always about them, not about you. Another dinner or lunch. I don't even remember. This is, I think, dinner, right? Beautiful hotel, more dinner and more food. Everywhere we go, food, food, food. So we have to set up training. I was in the Philippines with Brother Rick. This guy have tinnitus, get rid of tinnitus, and he signed up right away because I was able to get rid of his tinnitus. It's unbelievable, right? This was in the Philippines with Mitzi. This one I don't even know. What is that? Anyway, so everywhere I go, we share and we do a presentation. This one, you're going to take picture again. A study conducted 1970 Harvard MBA program where the graduate students were asked, have you set clear or written goals for your future and made plans to accomplish them? Here's the result. 3% had written goals and planned it well. 13%, kind of a little bit writing. 84% have no clue, right? 10 years later, we follow with all these people. The 13% of the class who had no goals but did not write down was earning twice the amount than the 84%. The 3% who had written goals were earning an average of 10 times as much as the other 97%, guys. All right? So write down your goals, plan it. I want to become a manager on this date. I want to become a director on this date. I want to become an executive on this date. I want to become presidential on this date. Write it down and plan it well. You got to take time. You sit down, talk to your upline, how to become executive, how to become presidential. You got to know it down in the system. The new marketing plan is really good for the new beginner because you're going to have matching bonus first three generation, 53753, right? And then for the upper echelon of the team, like myself, I'm going to be matching sixth generation down. I'll be matching some of the top leaders from Malaysia, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia, Denmark, Holland, Romania. I mean, all the other countries around the world. It's amazing. So get ready. Share it and plan it well. Write down, write down. I hope you guys start writing down, okay? Okay, Dr. Cho and I, we always had fun together. David Smith, Rick DeLuca, Chuck Michael, and I. This is a multi-gazillionaire income earner. And this is my Malaysian team. My Malaysian team, uh, one of the amazing team there is. I trained Jin Long Lee. Train him for a year. Wake up 3, 4 in the morning and train him and train him and train him. This is another amazing. He wrote about MLM, Mr. Ronald Lee. And again, I never matched their income. Now I can match their income because of the new compensation plan. These are great, great leader. James Law, this guy is the top-notch guy from Singapore with his wife. All right. I'm so blessed. I'm so, so blessed. All right. This is Jin Long Lee, as you can see. In the very beginning, when I trained him, Brother Tad, our leader as well in San Jose. Aloysius followed him up for 10 years. He said no until his mom fell down, and the top doctor in Indonesia already gave up. Her head cracked open, 97% of blood. The doctor do not know what to do with it. Oh well. Only Lifewave brain protocol saved his mom. And he could not believe that in 2 weeks, the 97% down to 75, in 4 weeks, down to 25, I think in 6 weeks, down to only 1% or 2% blood in between the skeleton and the brain. Could you imagine that? This is Therese Santos, 18 pink Cadillacs from Mary Kay. Could you imagine 18 pink Cadillac? And this is Dr. Philip, Indonesia, Brother Lorenzo, and this is Brother Michael from Australia. And it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing, guys. And I want to share one more thing. I had lost many of my good friends, many. My badminton friend, my martial art friends, my church friend. The reason being because they do not have the same vision like the way I have. And I gained many, many friends in network marketing. Brother Rick, Brother Aloysius, Brother Ted, Brother Jinlong Lee, Brother Lorenzo, Brother Michael. Everybody become my best friend because we built this together and we have the same vision. Guys, if you're a leader of a pack, when I send something, say thank you. Thank you, Roy. That has been motivating. Don't be a quiet people. Quiet people will never go anywhere. Appreciate what we did. You know, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. If you slow down, your pack will be slowed down. Guaranteed 1,000%. So be fast. That's my dog, my Siberian Husky. It's my daughter's dog, but we love him to death. It's so much fun, that dog. Brother Rick always say this to me. The pain of discipline is less than the pain of poverty. How many of you can agree with me on this? You do not want to be poverty, my God. I have so many friends that is so poor. I feel like, oh my God, how can I help you? But when I tell them to work in Lifewave, they have 1,000 different excuses not to do it. I feel like, oh my goodness. All right, this is in Switzerland also. Okay, this is one of my top SPD in Hong Kong. We own Hong Kong because this lady, Susanna and Stephen, they conquer Hong Kong. Mitzi, our PD, Brother Lorenzo in Mexico. Brother Jeff won the humanitarian award on the last conference. Brother Ted and Rick, when we opened Japan, I think it cost us $5,000-6,000 to open the booth, but we recruited one guy that opened Singapore with us. So we got to spend the money a little bit to find that one little extra amazing guy. Because if you notice, in your high school class, remember your high school, how many of them become a millionaire? Not too many. As you can see, you got to find those 1%. Started with the 20%, right? The Pareto rules, the 80-20% rule. So if you talk to 100 people, 20 people will join, 25 people will join, maybe 5 to 7 people become your leader, 5 to 7 people of your leader, maybe only one that become your superstar. That is the number. To find that one crazy superstar takes a very patient man to do so, right? I went to the training and I found out that ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. How many agree with that? But now, if you're ignorant, let's improve our knowledge. If you're knowledgeable and you're on fire, oh my goodness, you're going to be so wealthy. Trust me. Timing is everything. This is the prosperity curve. As you can see, Lifewave first start in formulation when I first joined, 2005. We work it on the concentration when I recruited Rick DeLuca. And then we start hitting 50 million. And that is the time we're going to hit momentum. And right now, I think we are $600-700 million. And before we reach, then we're going to hit, I think maybe in a year or two, we become a billion-dollar company, especially with so much BB going to be going on through the water machine. Guys, I received my water machine. I tried yesterday. I tried maybe like two, three glasses. I know David only say one, but I was like enjoying myself. Took me about 15 minutes to install the machine. It was so much fun. I think you guys gonna have it again in August, I think. I think August is what I heard. So you guys can start buying it and enjoying the amazing water. I am giving it to my mom. My mom is so amazing because 93 without medication. I cannot believe it. So guys, this is the prosperity curve. We are here. So let's work hard together. Work hard. I do not plan to have Zoom, but I think I'm going to do it every Saturday when I'm in town. So many things I got to share with you and teach you and how to do it correctly. Because I want to be, if you're an SPD already in the team, let's be an ESPD. All right. Okay. You work hard in the first year, work hard in the second year, on the third year, on the fourth year, you start making a lot of money. My first year, I make, no, I cannot say that here. Yeah, this is public. I cannot say how much money I make. But if you're my friend, you know what kind of money I make, right? It's crazy money. Crazy money. So expand your business. You want to go all over the world. That's me going all over the world. Look at my packages. Japan, Hong Kong. This is my college friend, Yim Hoi Chi. And then this is when we travel with David. I kidnapped David for 16 days. We went to Taiwan, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. All right. We were in Philippines, we're in Arizona, and I can see many of people drop. This lady dropped already. They're still on. I'm not sure, but these people, Brother Lorenzo could update me with them. And this is San Jose. As you grow your business, many people will drop. Taiwan with Larry Shu, Taiwan become a big. Uh, that is the first country that Lifewave opened in Asia. Los Angeles, of course, Canada, with all the team there, Surabaya. Woo, many people already dropped like hot potato. And then this is Alhambra, San Diego, Mitzi team, Mexico with Brother Lorenzo. So many fun that we did. And that's Querétaro. We have 1,300 people in our meeting. Amazing. Brother Jeff and Sister Darla was there. This is Philippine Mitzi team. This Chino Hills. They're breathing halfway, not fully in charge. Alhambra, Hawaii, and many others. So this Dr. Philip again. So guys, I just want to thank you for attending the Zoom. I hope you learned something, but I want to share something with you real good. Guys, this is the guy, Bill Bright is one of the guy, Bill Britt is one of the guy that become multi-millionaire in network marketing in Amway. He shared it with 1,200 people. Are you ready to speak to 1,200 people? If you said yes, that means you're ready to get successful. So Roy, I'm afraid to talk to people. Then upgrade yourself to say yes. 900 say no. Out of those 300 that say yes, 85 do something. Not that big. Just do. Just become a leader. And out of those 35, only 11 that make him a millionaire. I think I talked to 10,000 people. So I made double that income. Okay. It's crazy. You just have to be brave. Why women make more money than men in network marketing? Because they are braver than us men. We men maybe muscle and all that, but we're chicken. So you gotta upgrade yourself, be brave, and share this product. You have to be smart when you share it. You gotta know what you say because in this few seconds is the key when you close the deal. I went to the Philippines. I was enjoying my dinner at the Polaris Lounge. The guy that was helping me noticed I have a lot of patch in my hand, and then he asked, "Are you okay, sir? Do you need anything?" So he thought I was sick. I said, I'm great. Do you mind if I ask, how come you have so much of your blood drawn? I said, oh no, this is not blood drawn. This is a technology. So we share. I asked them to sit down with me, and then I recruit him at Polaris Sounds. And 3 months later, he became my director. See, you never know where you're going to meet people. And I'm not sure is he a senior director on or not by now. Okay. So this is when Rick and I we were in the train going to maybe Mount 3000 Glacier. This is the background of where our stay in a hotel, beautiful Switzerland. Be a leader with Lifewave, guys. Focus, focus, focus. Because if you become one, the gifts are crazy. Okay. Uh, I'm looking for the 3-star presidential because I'm eyeing on my Rolex. They're gonna give me 100,000 plus Rolex. So why not? If I'm qualified for the 2-star presidential, when they click the marketing plan open, I think Meredith said August 4th, but I just got an update that maybe around September they're ready to take care of the new marketing plan. So be patient. The key is keep recruiting. If you keep recruiting, you'll find one person, that whole leg become your blood leg, your bloodline, and all the volume will be added onto your volume. All right. If you guys spill over from me, they do not count for that. So you have to keep recruiting. I recruit 1,074, ladies and gentlemen, not for my, for my personal, and I help my kids too. And that's the way that that you want to build this because family and friends, right? So you want to help your family, you want to help your friend, and build it together. Have patience. One thing that I can share with you is be kind. Be kind with each other. Learn. Be knowledgeable about the business and the product. I want to wish you all the best. For you to be successful making my kind of money, you have to be continuously excited and continuously share the program with everyone. So, guys, let's work hard, focus, 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 believe in yourself, and create, create, create action. You got to have meetings all over the place. If you notice in my Facebook, I posted all the meetings that I did. I become more and more active because I'm chasing for the $5 million income right now. So I hope you're going to run with me. Let's go, guys. God bless you all and see you later.